They dragged him through the filth of London, tied to a horse, bruised and bloodied, as jeering crowds gathered, not to cheer, but to witness the slow destruction of a man who had dared to stand tall. William Wallace, the outlaw, the rebel, the warrior who had become the face of Scotland's resistance, now faced the wrath of an empire. But Wallace wasn't born into rebellion. He was the son of a minor landowner, a boy who likely never dreamed of war. Yet, when his wife was murdered by English soldiers, without trial, without justice, something inside him broke. Not with tears, but with fury. He gathered men, farmers, hunters, blacksmiths, and raised a banner not for conquest, but for dignity. While nobles hesitated, Wallace struck. He mastered terrain, turned rivers into traps, forests into cover, and surprised the English at Stirling Bridge with a strategy no commander had dared attempt. With a smaller force, he routed a much larger army. The message was clear: Scotland would not kneel. For a moment, he was named Guardian of Scotland, not by crown, but by respect. But rebellion has a cost, and Wallace's refusal to bow made him dangerous not just to the English, but to Scottish nobles who saw peace as profit. He was betrayed by his own, captured, shackled, and taken to London not for justice but for humiliation. There, in front of a bloodthirsty crowd, he was tortured, hanged until nearly dead, disemboweled alive, beheaded, and finally quartered, his limbs sent across the kingdom as warnings. But they couldn't silence him. As they begged him to repent, to plead for mercy, Wallace's final word rang out, like thunder across the square: freedom. They killed the man, but not the idea. His martyrdom lit the fire for future victories, paving the way for Robert the Bruce and the eventual independence of Scotland. Wallace never sat on a throne, never ruled a castle, but he carried something greater than a crown. He carried defiance, the kind that echoes long after the swords have rusted and the kings are gone. And in the heart of every people who have tasted oppression, his voice still whispers, "Rise."